Kalen steps lightly over a broken shield half buried in mud, the grooves still warm with light magic. A fight took place in this small clearing recently, but there are no bodies. The dark magic lingering in the air was faint, and the taint was negligible. They should be close, Kalen mutters as a breeze ruffles his cowl. He catches the scent of iron in the air. No, not iron. Blood. 30 yards away from the knight's shield sat a puddle of crimson liquid mixed with mud. Kalen pushes his fingers into the mixture and brings his wet gloves to his face. His eyes roll back. His lips move with whispered words spoken in a dead language. The crimson liquid moves from the puddles and collects itself into a large ball above his gloved fingers. When his chanting is over, his eyes snap open, and a tiny blood fairy escapes from her bloody prison. It looks around and finds Kalen. Its eyes widen with fear. Kalen dismissively raises his hand toward the tiny fairy and says, "Take me to the body from which this blood came, and I'll release you." This causes the fairy to freeze in shock and look at Kalen like it doesn't understand. Kalen takes a deep breath. It's not really the fairy's fault. The blood fairy summoning is something dark magic users do. It's usually followed by some sort of enslavement of the fairies. The fairy knows Kalen isn't lying. If he actually wanted to enslave the fairy, it would take much more preparation and planning. This fairy was just acting scared because it was in their nature. The fairy looks at Kalen with squinted eyes before an impossibly large smile stretches across its face. It gestures for Kalen to follow and starts to fly deeper into the forest. Kalen takes one more look around the empty clearing before chasing after it. A cave. Why is it always a cave, or a dark keep, or some graveyard? Kalen just shakes his head. On the way, he found blood trails, drag marks, and monster tracks. Hellhounds, earthwalkers, and at least one death knight. Only keepers of the dark sigil are strong enough to summon death knights. More worrying are the drag marks. Necromancers can raise or summon pretty much anything. When the sacrifice is a farmer, you could get a shambler zombie, a type of reanimated corpse, or a low-level summon. But death knights and other summons of that level only come from strong, living sacrifices. You can't build a warlord from the bones of farmers, he muttered the phrase from his childhood. Ahead of him, the little fairy hovers in front of the entrance, pointing deeper into the cave. The body is in there. Kalen asks. The blood fairy quickly nods as it hovers at Kalen's eye level. Our pact has ended. Let no debt be left between us. The little fairy looks disappointed momentarily. Then it looks up to Kalen with a large grin, offers him a quick wave, and disappears with a wet popping sound. In a century or so, a new fairy will be born in this world. Kalen waits for a few moments before releasing a breath. The Fae are strange creatures, and you never really know how they are going to act. Their thinking is so alien, even agents of the dark don't have a clear understanding of them. Kalen moves his thoughts away from alien thinking processes and focuses on what the trails told him. The undead were hauling their spoils back for their master. He takes a deep breath, preparing himself mentally. This mission just became a potential rescue mission. If that was the case, he would have to prepare to deal with the hardest part after. Social interaction.